My experience was that he didn't watch much footy. You have to love watching all sorts of footy. So from that point of view, I thought it was a really poor appointment by Jeff Walsh, to tell the truth. No surprise it's ended up like it's ended up.
Well, that was Matt Rendell, former Collingwood part-time recruiter and full-time recruiter at one stage, talking about Ned Guy, who's departed the list manager. Collingwood responded to that strongly on the weekend, Matthew, and they had this to say, and you have a reaction to this.
Yeah, I think it was a fantastic media release and statement by Collingwood. They haven't had many wins this year, but I think this was a real win for them because that was factually incorrect from Matthew Rendell. So when they go through the facts of how many games he actually watched, it was pretty much he's been to hundreds of games. Western Australia, South Australia. Say he doesn't watch a lot of football. I just thought for Collingwood to put the facts on the table and hold Matthew Rendell accountable, I think it was a strong thing. Ned Guy may be leaving in a few weeks, but you support your staff member to the end, and I think that's what they did really well over the last few days.
Matt Rendell followed up. He's on Footy SA this year in Adelaide with Kane Corns, and Kane asked him about it yesterday and he was standing his ground.
To me, it was my informed opinion. I don't regret the comments. It's a simple opinion, and the club has got a different opinion, which they put out. I haven't heard from one person at the club ever, not from Mark Anderson after doing 7 years there, not from Eddie Maguire, not from Mark Anderson, certainly not from Barks. After 7 years of battling away, trying to get the list into a position to challenge for a flag, I thought I was at least deserved a text message maybe, Kate, but nothing forthcoming. But that's the way, some footy clubs are like that.
He's his own man, Matthew. One of his observations or criticisms was that they haven't done anything since. Like, they knew he was going last year. Why haven't they replenished the recruiting department? And his point was there's barely anyone there 6 months on after he said he was going. Now, your view on that, is that true? And where does it leave, say, a Stephen Wells or a potential target from another club?
I wouldn't be surprised if Graham Wright ended up doing the job himself, to be honest. I mean, he helped build Hawthorn's premiership list. He came in, he became aware that Ned Guy... No, I think you'd have to change the head of footy role, but Graham Wright's been one of the best list managers.
But he's moved on from it. He's gone up, he's upgraded.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that he can't go back to it.
How long's Graham been there? 6 months?
He started in December, I reckon.
Yeah. Can I ask just a naive question? Why hasn't he sorted that role out then? If Ned, if I read, resigned in December, why are we...
Offered his resignation.
They talked him out of it, didn't they?
Yeah, they talked him out of it, and then but he made it known to Graham Wright pretty early on, as Michael Gleeson reported in The Age, that when he got there that he was going to be
How is there not someone else in that role now then?
Well, that's the issue for Collingwood. The uncertainty about the coach, new president, no list manager. Who would, if you're a player, talk about Zach Merritt, who would want to go to Collingwood? Now, the reason that they have got rid of their salary cap issues or supposedly is to attract some new players in, there's no way you could go to Collingwood as a player with the uncertainty.
Oh, that'll turn quick at a club that size. When? But they've got to get on with making their decisions, don't they?
You would advise a player, if you were managing them, that you'd be happy for them to go to Collingwood right now.
Yeah.
They've struggled to attract players for a while as it is, Hutchie.
Yep.
Hutchie, did you think that was poor form from Matt Rendell?
No, because
Did it appear like he had an axe to grind?
He is absolutely entitled. It's an opinion business.
Yep.
He presented it as an opinion, and he said in his words he said it was an informed opinion.
But
no, he said when he was there, he didn't feel he watched enough footy. Collingwood would say he did. That's their view of it. He has a different view of it. We're in the opinion business. So I don't think it's fact or otherwise.
They've given the Collingwood.
Given their opinion.
They've given the facts.
Yep.